Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook. Get a sign-up bonus of 200% up to $25,000 when joining today. Sign up now. Terms and conditions apply.
Vote for IFL in this year's Sports Podcast Awards. Go to www.sportspodcastgroup.com and vote for us in Best Combat Sports Podcast and the Diverse Voices Awards categories. IFL Pod, available across all major streaming platforms now.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV. You already know, I'm always delighted to be joined by the big man himself, Big Billy Nelson. Well, small Billy Nelson nowadays, man. He's keeping fit. He's drinking water instead of Coke Zero and Coca-Cola, which is good to see, Billy. How's things?
Oh, good, mate. Good. Looking forward to going back to Belfast tomorrow. Although I'll be flying back on Friday for a fight in Glasgow, then back over again the Saturday morning.
Well, we'll talk about that because you are in Belfast on Saturday night for your fighter, Lewis Crocker, who's got a great fight against Jose Felix, but you've also got your young prospect coming through, making his pro debut in a 6th rounder in Luke Bibby. So we will discuss that, but we'll just jump straight onto the big man himself, Martin Bakole. Now, Martin Bakole's got a fight. I think it's still up for purse bids against Cassius Chaney. A good, solid American guy. You just need to go down his record, man. He's a hard hitter. He's some might say he's a banana skin fight for Martin Bakole. But yeah, just talk to me about this sort of like eliminator for Martin Bakole against Cassius Chaney.
Well, it's actually a final eliminator. And we've got 30 days negotiating with Chinese people, of which I think it was the 13th of January the offers came out. So we've got the 30th, I think it's the 12th or the 13th of February they run out, and then it'll go to purse bids.
Can you see it going to purse bids, or do you think a deal will be put in place?
Well, I've not heard a single solitary word for our promoters yet, so I need to wait to see what happens there.
Talk about Martin Bakole then, because like I say, the heavyweight division seems to be thriving right now, especially with what's going on over in Saudi Arabia, and it seems like the landscape seems to be changing every now and again when people are thinking we're going to get Joshua versus Wilder, but then Wilder gets beat by Joseph Parker. Now we've got Joseph Parker against Yang, Joshua against Ngannou. We've got the undisputed fight, Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. So big Martin Bakole, man, he's probably 2 fights away in an ideal world of getting a crack at a world title. Is that how you see it?
Well, if it's a final eliminator with them fight the champion, whenever the WBA call for that to happen. But in real terms, Fury and Usyk, if they fight a second time, so I would imagine. Well, I would like Martin to fight Chaney, beat Chaney, and then get a second fight. So we're not sitting twiddling my thumbs waiting, and your main opponents are getting a second fight, an extra fight, and you're sitting doing nothing in the gym. You want to be active. So I'd like probably the highly likelihood is it'll be 2 fights and then a world title fight.
Do you not think that they'll vacate in February once we get
no in February? I think that the IBF will get vacated, but I don't think the WBO or the WBA will call that mandatory until after the second fight.
That might not be until October time. September, October.
It'll be what it'll be, won't it? First and foremost, we've got to do a job in Chaney, which I'm confident Martin will do. And then hopefully, we don't want to be sitting about in October. Well, that's October's the rematch with. Is it October the rematch with Fury?
I'm not too sure. Normally, there's about a 6 month when you get these sort of mega fights and rematches. They could take up to a year, some of them. But in an ideal world, you're looking probably 6, 7.
I don't think the WBA won't wait another year for a mandatory, and neither will WBO. So I think they'll have a time scale. So say it is 6 months. Say it is October. I don't want Martin no fighting between March/April and October. We want to stay active, same as the rest of the guys, and then get the shot when it's nominated with the WBA.
The reason I asked that, Billy, because when I watched the press conference with Joshua Ngannou now, I don't know if you saw it yourself, but they were saying that the winner of that fight will face the winner of Joshua Ngannou will face the winner of Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk at the end of the year. And they've got their own sort of title called Undisputed on it. Now, I don't know where that puts these WBAs and WBCs and IBFs and WBOs if they do go on and face and the rematch isn't there. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if they
Well,
will.
the fight could happen. The fight could happen, but it certainly won't be. I can't foresee it being a unification, the unified fight, all the titles, undisputed. It might be a unified fight. You know, a couple of belts. No, it wouldn't be the undisputed, all the belts, because most certainly the IBF will get called for, and Hrgovic has been waiting for a long time, long and weary, to fight for that. Unless Joshua fights Hrgovic after he beats Ngannou, but then the WBA and the WBO will get called after the second Fury Usyk fight.
That's what I mean.
So
that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm trying to say, Billy, is that the rematch doesn't seem like it's the way they were talking in that press conference, that there won't be a rematch with Usyk and Tyson Fury. It will just go straight to the winner of Joshua and Ngannou. Now, again, with these, if that's the case and the rematch isn't set, then the WBA might order their mandatory sooner than later.
Well, they might, but the IBF will anyway, straight after the first fight. So it would be for the undisputed. Maybe be for 3 belts.
Billy, what I mean is they've created a belt called Undisputed. That's what they're going to fight.
All right.
You know, seen
but
it?
That means nothing, doesn't it? No. But that means nothing in the grand scheme of things. That's just who's made up the belt Undisputed? The Saudis.
And I think so. Yeah.
Well, what does that mean? The Undisputed. But it means nothing. It's not one of the organisations.
Well, let me put this fight to you then. Obviously,
just now it doesn't mean anything. I've got a wee feeling that but why shouldn't they? The Saudis will start their own organisation.
I think that's what I think that might be what's the plans going forward might be. Do you know what I mean? But we'll need to wait and see. We need to sit back, relax, and wait and see. But right now, like I said, these are 4 belts on the line. There are 4 belts in boxing, and you said there that you want to get Chaney out the way, then you want to get a fight quickly. Now, the regular champion at the WBA is Manuel Charr. He's lined up to defend that title. He's now the regular champion. He's now lined up to face Kubrat Pulev in March. You'll probably face Chaney maybe in March, April time as well. So would the winner of that fight interest you for Martin, Charr or Kubrat Pulev?
If the WBA said the 2 guys have got to meet and the winner fight's guaranteed for the world title, of course, Martin can destroy both of them.
Again, that's what I'm saying. But you've said this against all the heavyweights. I think apart from maybe Tyson Fury and maybe Joshua, but you think that Martin will destroy them all, bar the 2 at the top, really?
Well, who would you fancy at the 4? Chaney, who have Manuel, Charr or Martin?
Well, I've got to be honest, Martin.
Well, I'm the same opinion. So I'm going to tell you what I think.
No, yeah. Listen, that's why I like to get you on, Billy, because you don't hold back. You say how you feel it, and
it's not no holding back. That's what will happen. That's what he'll stop the 3 of them. He'll stop the 3 of them if they fought, and pretty quickly as well. He's far too good for them.
In an ideal world, though, Billy, if we're doing the Zoom call January next year, what are we talking about? Are we talking Martin Bakole world champion? Are we talking a potential fight against Fury, Joshua, Usyk, Wilder? What are we talking about with Martin? Because it seems like me and you have been going around the same conversation for so long now. But the reason why I'm asking is because I feel like we're this close. I feel like we're very, very close to Martin getting that crack at someday at the big. All we need,
Andy, is all we need is the chance for a world title fight, and Martin will take care of what he's got to take care of. He'll take care of business in the ring. I'll take care of his business out the ring. He's potentially 1-2 fights away from fighting for a world title. Whether it'll be unlikely Tyson or Usyk, I would think neither of them would fight him, basically because the commercial side of it, and they would give up the belt, and Martin would be told to fight somebody else, whoever that is. That's who it's going to be. Whoever it's going to be, it's going to be. Once we fight for that world title, I'm 100% sure Martin will win a world title.
It seems like you and Martin are both relishing having the target on your back rather than chasing the ones with the target on their back. It seems like you want Martin to have that target in the back, and you want these guys to sort of chase Martin for a change.
Well, we've been chasing for 6.5 years, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
We've been the chaser now. We can be we still get to win 1-2 fights before we win a world title, and then you'll see the people who want to fight him. Then you'll see all the attitudes changing. Then,
Well,
per usual.
Talk to me about Chaney then, because he's had a good win against Trevor Bryan. He's a very good, and I think he's got one loss on his record, which was a split decision loss. He's got a very, very high KO ratio. I think it's maybe 15 out of 23 fights or whatever, it may be 16, 17 knockouts out of 23 fights. So again, he can bang. He's a solid heavyweight. What do you know of him as a coach? Obviously, you'll probably do your due diligence and your homework on him, knowing that Martin's got to face him. So what have you seen, and how dangerous is this man for Martin?
He's a good puncher. I don't think he's a world-class puncher. Certainly the people he's been beating haven't been world-class opponents. But he's done what he's had to do with most folk. I've watched the defeat, and I've seen a lot of things that won't all go well for him when he fights Martin.
Listen, on you go. Sorry. No, on you go.
I believe Martin will get him out of there. A fully focused Martin will get him out there in 4 rounds.
We know that Martin's an adopted jock like us, Billy. We're going to get a big show in Scotland with Martin headline, and I'm sure we all love heavyweights. I'm sure Martin can put on a little mini venue up here somewhere. Can you not?
I can't get a fight in Britain, let alone Scotland. Like I say, we're in Poland, then we went to Saudi Arabia. We can't get a fight in Britain. Don't know what the problem is.
Well, listen, fingers crossed. Like I say, he wore the tartan shorts out in Saudi Arabia that I think a lot of Scottish people like to see. And with the stable you've got, and young Luke Bibby, maybe Sean Lazzarini that's coming through, you've got a great stable there of young Scottish fighters. So we can fill the undercard. Not a problem here in Scotland. We've got some exciting fighters.
I got great news for Sean today. He's got great news. So he's just waiting for results, his medicals, and he should be fighting hopefully in March and April.
Good stuff.
I'm really excited about this guy. He can punch this boy and can box.
I know. I've watched him in the amateurs, and I've seen him very, very closely as well. And he's a one to watch, especially in the, because he's got a little bit of flair and swag about him as well, which is probably not music to your ears, something that you might not like. But for the fans, he brings it, and that's what people tune in for this sort of stuff. So yeah, let's go straight to Lewis Crocker then, because I don't want to keep you up too long, because it's 7 o'clock at night. I know it's past your bedtime, Billy. Yeah, Lewis Crocker, man, an exciting young fighter in the welterweight division, which is always stacked with talent. The welterweight division has always been that division that's had the marquee names in it. We just need to go run down with the Sugar Ray Leonards, the Durans, then we come up to Mayweathers and Pacquiao's and all these guys. Now we've got Spence and Crawford, so it's always the marquee division. But Lewis Crocker, I mean, with his style, he can go far. I think he's even though you might think of him as a brawler, he's got a very, very, very high boxing IQ as well.
Very much so. He's not just a brawler. I was astounded with how good his defence is, but even more so the traps that he can set. And I like to think that I've added quite a bit to his repertoire, and you can see it.
Really, I like it.
You can he's getting better every fight, so he is.
And I see, like I said, I've seen him in the gym. Yeah, he does seem to be enjoying himself as well. That sort of out of that Belfast environment, being out of his comfort zone, being in the gym with you. He does seem to be relishing that. And from what I've seen with you and him, he's a good trainer as well. He seems like he just wants to put the graft in.
soon as he walks into that gym, he's solely focused on doing a good hour and 3/4, 2 hour session. Working very, very hard. You only get out of boxing what you put into it.
Exactly. And I'm talking about Jose Felix. For people that might not know who Jose Felix is, he faced Gary Curley in his last fight, upset the apple cart out in Dublin. So he's not scared to come to the Lion's Den and with a crowd all against him, booing him and whatnot. So this Belfast crowd isn't going to face Jose Felix. He's a Mexican. We know what they do. We know what they bring. We know what they come to the ring with. It's a come forward, head sort of chin tucked in, and just swing. Now, I said to you that with Lewis Crocker's style and with Jose Felix style, that Mexican style, I think they'll gel, and I think we're in for an absolute cracker. Maybe not what the type of fight that you want, but I can see this being an absolute brawl.
No, I know what kind of fight this is going to be. And it's one I'm really looking forward to. I just think you're going to find out how hard a fully fledged welterweight punches. That's a big difference for a good sized lightweight. You know, I mean, he did get outboxed as well with Tyrone McKenna, remember?
Yeah, that's right. Yep, he did. Yep.
So, didn't he? He did. Aye. McKenna beat him, aye. So, he can be beat. And I'm pretty he will get beaten Saturday as well.
Listen, Bill, exciting times. I might pop to the show on Friday. Luke Bibby's debut and all that, so I'll catch you on Friday. I was waiting for you to come to ask me to be your seconds on Saturday so I can get a trip to Belfast to watch the fight, but you never asked, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, listen, enjoy Belfast. I'm sure you will, big man, and I'll try and catch you on Friday. And let's hope that we get some news on Martin, where this fight will be, where and dates and whatnot. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, brother.
Thank you very much. We just have to start talking about the fight. That's the mess.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it, mate. That's it.
And I'll see you on Friday.
See you on Friday, Billy.
Bibby's debut on Friday. Former 2-time British champion, amateur, senior. Very good fighter. He's come on bundles. Really looking forward to his debut.
Yeah, so am I.
I just hope it's not too windy for Belfast to Glasgow. Friday night.
The plane will be doing that, Billy. They'll be shaking. The plane will be shaking. Listen, mate, enjoy Belfast. I'll see you Friday, and good luck with both the fights this weekend. I'll see you soon, mate.
Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook. Get a sign-up bonus of 200% up to $25,000 when joining today. Sign up now. Terms and conditions apply.
Vote for IFL in this year's Sports Podcast Awards. Go to www.sportspodcastgroup.com and vote for us in Best Combat Sports Podcast and the Diverse Voices Awards categories. IFL Pod, available across all major streaming platforms now.